Welcome back, Pokemon Trainers. Professor Chaz here. The lab coat's on back order, and we're here for what should be episode number 37 of our Pokemon Crystal version randomized Nuzlocke, if I know how to write the numbers down properly. I feel like double-checking my YouTube right now on my phone, but I mean, we're probably good. Last week I was pre-recording a bunch of stuff, like a couple episodes per day here and there, and it wasn't until the end of it I realized, wait, was I saying the wrong number the whole time? Turns out that I was. But anyways, you can see the title, the numbers there, numbers in the thumbnail. We're all good. Important thing is, important, it's a word, not important. Important thing is, we're here in Mahogany Town, where we're going to go into the Team Rocket headquarters, underneath the shop, so to speak. See if we can put a stop to Team Rocket's dastardly deeds. Now, what we're going to do our team recap, we are fully healed up. We got to get Payung to evolve. It's been a while since I have played this. As I said, I recorded a few episodes back-to-back last week to prepare for, why do I switch? No. Prepare for, you know, the weekend and stuff like that. So, let's get myself refreshed, and you folks as well. First up, we have our little Pichu Payung at level 30. Come on, you got to evolve, man. We got the Light Ball, not really affecting Payung, but it's reminiscent of the Pikachu line, so it might make it more comfortable, more happy, more evolutionary. We have Thunder Wave, Charm, Tail Whip, and Flash for the moveset. Next up, we got us Sark, our Blossom at level 30. He has the Miracle Seed to power up Petal Dance and Absorb. We also have Stun Spore and Cut. Next is Fire Strike the Golbat at level 31. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to you evolving as well, buddy. Scope Lens to increase the critical hit ratio. We've got Bite, Wing Attack, Confuse Ray, and Screech. Next in line is our Quagsire, Espika, at level 31. She has Mystic Water to power up her Surf Attack. We've also got Headbutt, Amnesia, and Tail Whip. Next is Ramen the Wigglytuff at level 31, holding the Polka Dot Bow, increasing the power of Strength and Double Slap. We've also got Sing and Defense Curl. Last but not least is Spike the Houndoom at level 31. Whopping powerful attack, special attack at 88 with the Quick Claw, which doesn't really, do too much here, but no other item to give him or give her right now. We got Bite, Ember, Feint Attack, and Rock Smash. So we're gonna go smash some rocks, by which I mean Team Rocket, down here in the bottom of the shop. Which, does he start selling stuff? No, he doesn't. Okay. I thought eventually he goes back to being like a shop guy. So he did take on the first pair of Team Rocket grunts. Just, bear with me, my nose is still kind of stuffy. I'm still not fully recovered from my cold yet. See? Excuse me. But, we'll muddle through. Alright, so, what's interesting about this place, first of all, the alarm's going off. Gotta deal with this guy. Intruder alert. Do. So, interesting thing about this place, there is an encounter to be gotten here in the Rocket HQ. Of course, these guys are going to use the same Pokemon as the Charmander and Meowth, I believe. I can't remember. We're going to find out, though. Not too scared of these things. They're only level 17. I do believe you could have probably... let's do that better. You could have probably gone in here as soon as you've beaten Morty and gotten gotten U-Surf outside of the battle. In fact, can you get through Mount Mortar without having to surf? Or do you need strength to actually go through the mountain? I don't even know. Another second guessing myself here. Why did I not move Wing Attack to the top? Because that's the more reliable attack. Usually I put the more go-to attacks at the top so they're quicker to get to. Excuse me, another cough. So, we of course have a question of the day on the channel here, right above the Paris that's getting destroyed by a Wing Attack. If you have if you want to have a chance to have a Pokemon named after you as we add it to our team in this playthrough, just answer the question of the day, and if and when we lose a Pokemon and have to add somebody else, I'll be choosing some names from the comments on the most recent videos to, toss the name onto that Pokemon that we add in. It's my turn, there's no escape. I'm not trying to escape, I'm trying to get experience points. We want a Pikachu/Raichu by the end of today's episode. I doubt it's gonna happen. Wait a minute, this guy's got 3 Pokemon? Did he have that last time? I don't remember. So anyway, the question of the day for today, it is in line with the fact that I just love Go Snapshot in Pokemon Go. I don't think it's gonna do anything, but I'm considering, I'm considering putting a little tweet to Niantic to see if I can suggest a few things that... What I would really like to do with Go Snapshot is have them update it where if you guys have played Go Snapshot, you know that if you swipe on the Pokemon, you can make them face the direction that you're standing. So, what I would like is a way to have you, be able to have them face the other way. Because, for example, I was out doing some Go Snapshotting today, and we had this really nice shot of the ice in the river breaking up. You have these like ice flows, ice chunks just kind of hovering in the waters. I would like to be able to have a Pokemon right at the water's edge looking out to it. But to have it look that way, we gotta switch first of all. We're gonna go into Fire Strike. To have my Pokemon face out to the water, I would need to be standing at the edge of the water beyond to have the Pokemon look at me as I activate it, you know? So, not really going to stand in freezing cold water just for the sake of getting a picture. What I would like is if they were to update the Go Snapshot feature to have a way to have the Pokemon face away from you, which would help you set up some pretty decent shots like that. So, I mean, I guess in a way, it does test your photography skills to be able to set things up just the right way, which I guess I'm not opposed to, but I would much rather be able to have a nice simple swipe on the screen, excuse me, whoa, and have the Pokemon face away. Anyway, all that is side story, side notes. Look at that, can't Thunder Shock my water type. She's also a ground type. It's good stuff. So, question is, what would your ideal Pokemon and location Go Snapshot combo be? So, not sure if anyone out there is super interested in Go Snapshot in Pokemon Go. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. But let's just think, even going back to the days of Pokemon Snap on the N64, who didn't love Pokemon Snap? Show of hands in the comments. Actually, don't, because that's going to break my heart to hear people don't like Pokemon Snap. I mean, admittedly, they didn't have all the Pokemon, so I guess I could understand if you weren't a big fan. Am I feeling lucky? Well, kind of. Go ahead, take another step. We've got traps set on the floor. That's what you say, but it's what you actually have. Talk about these traps in a moment, but my ideal Go Snapshot location would actually be, we have this pretty unique feature, this natural phenomenon here in my area in southern New Brunswick. We're gonna go into, let's get Spike in here. It's called Reversing Falls. Now what you might be thinking is a waterfall that goes up. Not quite like that, but the way it works is I am right near the Bay of Fundy and the mouth of the St. John River leading into the Bay of Fundy. And the way it works is, at half the day, the tide will be low tide, at which point the river is actually higher than the water in the bay. Now, you switch that to the other time of day. Would you stop getting experience? I gotta do my visuals here. The Golem, that's scary. Let's deal with this in a minute. So, the water in the bay will be lower, the river is higher, so the water falls down this way. But then, when the tides change, suddenly the water in the bay is higher, so the water actually flows back over the other way, back to the mouth of the river. So that's why it's called Reversing Falls. They're waterfalls that go in either direction based on the tide. And it does cause some pretty interest. Well, you know what? That's only level 16. It's not going to blow up. If it does, S-Pika, I am sorry for losing you like this. I think we're going to be fine, though. See, look, Magnitude 7. They're like twice your level. We're not scared at all. We got a Surf Attack. You don't even need that Mystic Water, I don't think. But, yeah, it causes some pretty neat little, I shouldn't say little, they're kind of big, but some nice natural water phenomenon of whirlpools and stuff. And seeing, like, I haven't been to that area since I was like a little wee babu, but there is like a restaurant up there and stuff. I could go up there and grab a meal sometime, get some nice photos, because I would love to get photos of, for example, I was out photographying my Kingdra in Pokemon Go, and I realized that would have been a really cool spot to get a photo of, because when I see scenes of the whirlpools in our bay, in the river, it always makes me think of the Whirl Islands. When you're playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver, for example, it shows you different, what would you call them, splash images, I guess? Splash, water type, get it? Nice. But it shows you different images based on where you're going into, and the Whirl Islands has these whirlpools and stuff, and I believe there's that shows a Pokemon in that scene, in that splash image, based on what time of day, and it could be a different Pokemon in the area. But I think one of them shows a Seadra, and it just makes me think, like, I think of Kingdra, I think of whirlpools. Plus, I'm pretty sure they can learn Whirlpool, which maybe, if we get us a Seadra in this playthrough, we'll need to make use of it at some point, because there are whirlpools, of course. Kaboom, he says. He was almost right with that Golem. I don't even know where the traps are planted. Why was I talking with that accent? You'll just have to collect your courage and walk. Alright, so these tiles down here indicate the Pokemon. Normally, what shows up here is Coughing, Golem, nope, that's way too powerful. Coughing, Geodude, or Voltorb. And even though they're at a low level, they all know self-destruct. And I think that's not fair. If you watch my regular Pokemon Silver playthrough back in the day, we lost 2 Pokemon to self-destructing enemies in this area. And it turns out you can walk around this and not even have to fight these things. Excuse me, my lungs are exploding. Let's see what happens. Wait, what was that? I don't want to see it. Hang on. I know that sound. Is that Psyduck? It's Psyduck, okay. Now, they can't explode, but what if they have done something where every Pokemon that appears here can have self-destruct? That would be quite funny, actually. Alright, I think our best bet, just in case it does self-destruct, I'm going to go to S-Pika, nice defense. Plus, she has Surf, we can slowly whittle this thing down, because this is our first encounter in the Rocket HQ. So this counts. Wait, do we have a Psyduck? No, we don't have a Psyduck. Do we have a Golduck yet? I don't believe we do. Let me just double check. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I think that we're good. Okay. So yeah, I don't believe we have a Psyduck, so we can go for this catch. It did just screech us, so our defense is lowered by 2 stages, so if it does happen to somehow magically have the Kaboom attack, that could be a problem. Wow, this thing really wants my defense down. Okay, tell you what, we're going to switch into Omxark. I know you don't have the best of the physical defense, but you do have the Sun Spore. Wow. I am slightly dying still. Alright, let's Stun Spore this thing. Go for a catch, because this is a new encounter. We can't add it to our team. I mean, we already have 6 Pokemon. Stop! I don't want my defense down! Should I switch again? Let's go back to S-Pika, I think is the best move. But, yeah, we can't add it to the team, of course, because we have 6 Pokemon, so... assuming we make the catch, it's going right to the PC. But, if it so happens that we lose a Water type on our team, this could be a replacement. However, I think we've already got Water types waiting in the PC, so they would get choice based on chronological order, I suppose. So, we got Psyduck, the duck Pokemon. The only time it can use its psychic power is when its sleeping brain cells happen to wake. No, it's when it has a headache. You guys don't watch the anime, so I'm not going to nickname it just yet. As I say many times, despite the fact that Nuzlocke say you have to nickname every Pokemon, I'm only going to do it if we're adding it to our team, because, I mean, that's how you build a bond with them. What else can we get? Because there should be 2 other types of encounters. What was that? Hang on. I don't want to see it. I don't know. Oh, Mr. Mime! Look at this! That's cool! I'm pretty sure we can't run from these encounters. Yeah, so this is another special thing of this area. You can't run away. You actually have to knock these things out. So, I think Ramen can handle this. Even if this thing does happen to have self-destruct, it's a Mr. Mime. It's also a substitute. Too bad sound-type moves do not go through substitutes in this generation. Because that would kind of come in handy right about now. But we can just knock that little doll aside. Boom. Even back in this generation, they looked like a Rhydon. It's kind of cool. Meditate. What if it had Meditate self-destruct? Why am I so scared about self-destruct? Well, we're getting close to the point of the game where knockouts could potentially start happening at any time. Self-destruct being a prime candidate for causing such atrocities. Excuse me. But again, so my ideal ghost snapshot location. Mankey? Oh, Cubone! Very cool! I love that little animation, just tosses the bone up in the air. Alright, now this can easily be, I'm going to say, Omxark. Let's do it. But I would love to get some shots of the whirlpools with, well, I guess I've already used my Kingdra photo shoot. Not that I will never take photos of another Pokemon, like a Pokemon that I've already done a photo shoot for. Like, I still will do it. It's maybe, you know, if a certain setting comes up. But right now I'm trying to prioritize choosing a Pokemon based on the earliest ones that I've caught in Pokemon Go, and doing some nice photo shoots for them to give them first chance to shine, basically. We're gonna head. Do we have to head back and heal? I think we're probably good to keep going. Maybe? I'm gonna assume perhaps. Oh, we got an item. Oh, we got attacked. More experience. I'll take it. Intruder alert. Yeah, we heard you. So speaking of the reversing falls, like I said, I haven't been up there since I was really young, and I don't know how accessible you can get down to, like, not exactly to the water's edge, because the water, of course, as I said, the tides change, and it might not be safe to go down all the way, but if they have something that you can get to down close to the water. It'd be kind of cool to get pictures of a water type by the whirlpools, which would actually make a very nice setting. I gotta think of some other places too, because I feel kind of bad that most of the time I'm always in the same area, the uptown area of my city, and admittedly I'm kind of running out of new things to show in that area as far as backdrops and stuff. I mean, it's getting sort of better in the sense that all the snow is finally starting to melt. It's not all gone yet, but snow is definitely starting to clear, which means more, greenery, more flowers, just more color in the background is going to be a thing. So in a way, that is going to liven up the shoots again, so I can go to the same locations I've been to. It's almost like you can see a contrast of seasons, and that's kind of what I'm hoping to do. Like, with spring and summer, you're going to see like a lot more greenery, a lot more flowers, a lot more nature, basically. But then, as time goes on and we get to autumn, you're going to see some pretty nice, colorful backdrops of the leaves changing color. That's going to be interesting. And what I'm doing right now, like I say, would you stop the Parish songs? What I'm doing is basically taking photos of my Pokemon in the order that I caught them to sort of force myself to find fitting, suitable locations for these Pokemon. And today, for example, which you might have seen if you watched, if you follow my Instagram and Twitter, you saw last night perhaps, the river has been sending a bunch of ice chunks down because, of course, we were in a deep freeze in my area for months, let's just say. Finally, the ice is breaking up, starting to melt, but it was all flowing down to the mouth of the river because we're right by the ocean, essentially. That's where it all flows out to. We got level 31 for Payung. Can we get an evolution? Excuse me, I should probably mute the mic before I do that. I don't think to. It just happens. Coughing, wheezing, hacking. It's crazy. Switch. Let's go to... Let's let Robin come in on this one. Why not? What's this thing gonna do? It's not gonna Parish song me. I already tried that maneuver. You're not gonna burn me either, because that's just gonna be rude. I'm not even looking, so I'm not getting burned. Wow, I look away for 2 seconds. Look what happens. I never saw that coming. Anyway, we had some really nice backdrops of some places that I've already taken photos of. I think with my Golduck, I'm pretty sure I had in these areas where the water kind of flows into our port areas, our docks and such. And there were a bunch of ice chunks, and I was like, this just looks like such an amazing backdrop. I gotta take photos here. And I guess, like I said, that's where it comes into play, where it's like I could be taking a photo of a place location that I've already done, but based on the setting, whatever is different, it's going to look more interesting. So, some pretty cool looking ice chunks for the backdrop for my Kingdra, which ice type, ice versus dragon type thing doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it kind of makes sense in the fact that it's because it's representing the ice going away and melting. So dragon types wouldn't hate that. Excuse me, we found us a Pearl. We can already go to Gen 4 and play the Hoenn games, apparently. We got that Pearl. Do we need to heal? We're good for now, I think. I mean, yeah, we are burned with Ramen, but we're good. I think I might have time to clear out all these trainers, all these grunts, fight that guy who does turn off the switches on the statues here, and pick up that item. I think we'll call that a day. So... I mean, okay, let's just say as far as Pokemon Go Snapshot is concerned, like maybe you don't have a lot of locations in your area that might make a cool backdrop. By the way, guess who didn't evolve again? Charmander, you are going to get spiked so bad, that sounds like I'm playing football. Or, as they call it over in the UK or the Galar region, also football, but it's a whole different sport, eh? But... If you had your choice, your chance, your wish to go anywhere you want for a Go Snapshot session with any Pokemon available, what would it be? This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it hurts me. Sorry, Paris. I like Paris. It's so cute. I probably mentioned this before, but the stories that I used to write back around my Gen 1 days, my traveling buddy had a Bug-type team, and he had a Paris. Over time, I just never really thought, let's have it evolve. Because sometimes in the anime, you've seen Ash's companions don't always have their Pokemon evolve. Even Ash himself doesn't always have his Pokemon evolve. So I thought, let's make it interesting. Let's just say Paris doesn't evolve. I could save that evolution for like a more dramatic time in the later part of the stories. But as time went on, I realized the it's almost, I think it's basically confirmed now that when Paris evolves into Parasect, are we gonna get Parish songed again? Speaking of Paris, Parish, when it evolves into Parasect, it basically, I'm gonna pedal dance. The bug is taken over completely by the parasitic mushroom. And story-wise, I thought that could make a pretty interesting plot point where Paris itself is too strong for the grass mushroom to conquer it. That could have been cool. But yeah, I kind of like Paris. It's growing on me. Parasect is... it's not bad. But I don't... it's one of those Pokemon that I don't really see a point to evolve, really. Because, I mean, you could say, well, you gain more defense, you gain more attack, and yada, yada, yada. Well, you do gain more attack. That would be good. Defensively... Paris and Parasect are both double weak to fire, double weak to flying. Chances are, your defense ain't gonna help you. Enough said. It's also weak to ice and poison and rock. What else? It said ice, poison, rock. Does it got more weaknesses than that? Bug. It's also weak to bug. Alright, speaking of weak to bug, we're gonna switch into someone who's not weak to bug. Let's go to Espika. Excuse me, and deal with this Magneton. Get it off my screen. So if you guys watched yesterday's Pokemon Go update for the Trico Community Day, you know I'm not a big fan of Magnemite, at least as far as it's represented in Pokemon Go. More specifically, the AR Plus aspect of Pokemon Go. I don't know why the game makes it glitch out so much, but if you want to see what I'm talking about, go check that video out. It is pretty ridiculous the way that that Pokemon is programmed in the game to react to AR Plus mode. Did we already get a Dragon Scale? Do we even need a Dragon Scale? Okay, I think this is the last statue, so we might not have time to deal with that scientist. Because there's going to be 2 more battles right here. We'll take these folks down, we'll probably save it up, we'll deal with Mr. Science Man in the next episode. But, let me know in the comments of the day. Do you think we are ever going to get a Pikachu or a Raichu in our playthrough? Because it ain't looking super amazingly likely. If only we could get a Golbat. We could fly back to, what's it called, Goldenrod City, and get our haircuts or massages or whatever they get in this generation to make Pokemon happier. Because seriously, we should get a Pikachu very soon. But again, I wouldn't mind getting a flying Crobat. That makes things so much more convenient. I could actually start getting regular Pokeballs on the daily, basically. I would spend maybe 5 minutes before recording, getting all those Apricorns, flying back to Azalea Town, giving those Apricorns to good old Kurt, getting a bunch of Pokeballs for free. I could also do the haircuts and stuff, too. It's just a matter of when happiness evolution decides to be a thing. So, you know what? Sometimes people talk about games these days being too easy, or rather not, let's say too easy, but easier than games in the past. So, of course, this is a game from the past, where happiness did take quite a bit of work to build up. Nowadays, the happiness is so much easier in Pokemon games. Like, in Pokepelago, you can put Pokemon in one of the islands, what is it, the Isle of You, I think it is, and within maybe like a day, you have them maxed out in happiness. And one level up, boom, you've got yourself the happiness of all Pokemon. So, it's very convenient, I'll say that, but clearly, things are different in these early generations. So, I wonder, I'm gonna switch. Are they gonna be smart enough to switch out their Politoed before the Parish song ends on it? Excuse me, because what I want to do here, I'm gonna actually use an item to heal, because... Or hang on, let me think here. Stop hitting me. Stop hitting myself. Stop hitting myself. So, if they are clever and smart, they're going to retreat their Politoed. I'm going to go for Strength. They are smart enough. They know to do that. That's actually very cool. And going into a Steel type is also a very smart maneuver. Can we get a Fire Punch TM up in here, please? I don't even know if we got any available in the department store. Alright, let's deal with this burn. We got full heals, but I'm sure we got burn heal. Lane's words have never been truer than today. And you go for a tackle. on our wiggling, tough Pokemon. That wasn't even clever. But what was clever is a strength attack taking you down to the red. Thought we were going down, didn't you? Fun fact, me too. Don't paralyze. Thank you. I'm going to risk the miss. We're going to slap this thing. Boom. Down goes the Magneton. Time is up, by the way. So yeah, we're going to have to stop after this grunt. Politoed comes in next. Will you be quick enough to outspeed? I mean, we're double your level. Nope, you are done. Eat this rock. Now, isn't it funny? Strength is just you pick up a rock and throw it. Doesn't that sound reminiscent of rock throw? It's weird that it's a normal type move when you're throwing a rock. I liked it more sort of, I guess nowadays it's represented that you're just like bulking out, you're going all Hulkamania, and you just powerhouse the thing, which makes kind of more sense. But I don't know. We're talking about a game where back in this day and age, a big beam of energy called Hyper Beam was a physical hit. So, things are different back in the different generations. Alright, so I could go down these stairs, but we still have one last trainer to deal with on this floor before heading down there. But we're going to save it right now because we are out of time. Much like the license plate of the DeLorean from Back to the Future. So, if you folks enjoyed today's episode, thank you for watching, of course, first of all, but feel free to let me know that you did like it. Click the like button down below. If you missed any episodes of our playthrough thus far, description and outro, links there for you to check out the entire playlist. If you're not currently subscribed for some regular Pokemon content from Professor Chaz, feel free to click the subscribe button, or you can click that join button as well, and help support the channel and myself, and get some members exclusive perks for yourself as we roll forward here, building up more audience on the channel. That is going to be it for tonight. So I should say today, because I do try to publish these in the morning to give you folks much time to answer those questions of the day. And don't forget, feel free to answer that for a chance to have a Pokemon borrow your nickname, or your name as a nickname, as we add them to our team in this playthrough. Because we're getting to the point, we are probably going to start losing some Pokemon. It's just, especially as we get to the level 35s and people randomize to have a Weezing or Golem or something like that. Because every level 35 training or trainer's Pokemon is going to be fully evolved. We're talking Electrode, Golem, Weezing. What else can blow up? A lot of things. So, we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Professor Chaz is signing off, and I'll catch you next time.